Hello and welcome to Two and Door Gaming, and continuing our tutorial series up to episode 10, and I am going to build a house. When I left you last time I had some stone blocks down, but I started working on it and decided to change the theme, and then I played around with it and played around some more, and then I didn't like this and I didn't like that. Yeah, you probably experienced the same if ever you've tried to construct one of these things. So I ended up getting a design that I liked and then pulling it all apart so I could show you how I did it, but without all of that, oh, I need some, go harvest some more of this, or oh, that doesn't work, pull that all down and try something else. So this is my base. I've put all my stuff here, got lots of nice chests and processors and whatnot, my beacon, and what I've done is I've cleared out my inventory, and all that's in there is some basics in case somebody tries to attack me or I need a bit of light to keep on working. Everything else I need for the house build is in here. So if you want to play along, this is what you need. 10 wood burning lamps. We've got a 102 bedrock wall and 166 limestone wall. I had plenty of that in my inventory. I thought, well, why not use that? Get a little creative, save the stone blocks for things like roads and whatnot. Some red carpet, which is actually yellow and red. We've got 106 wood roofs, 6 wood stairs, 10 wood walls, a bed, 2 doors, 12 pieces of fence, and 8 wood windows. So all of that is pretty easy to unlock. Most of it unlocks with the materials. Just play around if you don't have all of those in your system. So the first thing I want to do is put exit the chest, and now my right click will actually work putting it in my quick bar. So we'll put in some of the first items. Now I'm actually using bedrock wall for floors. Like I said, just because it says wall doesn't mean you have to use it for wall. So I'll put that in there. I'm using a limestone wall for wall, so that actually does fit. And put that and that, and that'll get me started. So I just left the earth around it just so I wasn't counting out again. Just makes it easier to remember. So first thing to do is put down the floor. Like so. Oop. And there you go. I've already made a mistake. Just got to remember how I did it. I actually want to put the walls around first. Now what my design does is I can easily add a second floor to it, because the roof then just becomes the floor for the next level up. So I've actually designed it so that the wall block goes all the way around, and that way it's totally modular. That'll make sense when I've done a bit more of it. I leave one space there because that's where the door goes. Alright. Now one thing to keep in mind when you choose your building materials is that a lot of them will use up your mining cell. So by using limestone, I'm actually in danger of doing that. It does use up the mining cell I've got at the moment, the obsidian level 1. If I went a few levels up, it would actually be free. So when you're doing all that trial and error stuff, that can make a big difference. So now we can put the floor down. This forms the inside of the room. No, changed my mind. And what I'm going to use that red carpet for is to create like a rug design in the middle of the floor. See, that's the sort of stuff that's really, it's trial and error. You're constantly fiddling with it, how you want it to look, that sort of thing. So this still be a process, but it's going to be a lot quicker because I'm just basically remembering what I've already worked out. Okay, so we've got that there. Now the basic dimensions of this house is actually slightly rectangular. Just gives it a little more I don't know, I just like the effect of that rather than being totally square. So if you want to count that off, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 by should be 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah. Okay, so there's the floor level. And just for the entryway here, I'll just do some steps. Like so. And the same on this. So if I decide to add rooms, I can obviously change the walls, like where they are, put a door over here to an inside room, that sort of thing. You've got that option. Like I was saying last episode, if you're trying to expand the size of a room, it's a lot more trouble than doing this. So there we go, we've got a nice big rug in the middle of our bedrock floor, wall floor, such as it is. And now I just want to place the walls up. Now you'll notice there I have not gone all the way to the corner. That's because there's an effect I like to use on most of these games actually. If you watched any of my Starforge tutorials, you would have noticed I like to actually angle my corners just for a little effect. There we go, I've just left space for the door there, as you can see. Whoop, get out of there, that's the wrong spot. Long term, I'm thinking about doing like a veranda on the second floor, so we get that sort of sea view out there. I'd like to do a spiral staircase in the corner here, and then I can append rooms on this side and that's on that side, and have it like a central stairwell. Ooh, I've forgotten that I'm going to put a window in here. Let's see, so we're doing it 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 here. Okay. Like so. I want to remember that I'm doing a window here as well. So I would want to go there. Okay, get some more of them. Ah, that's not what I wanted. Of course, went back here. Oh, yep, no, that's right. I thought for a moment there I was filling in my door. I do not want to do that. There we go. If you're the cautious type, you might like to put your crouch on so you don't fall off and have to climb all the way back up again, or create an earth ramp just to get back up to the level you want. That's your call on that. Now, actually going to go 2 more up, and you'll see why soon. Because I'm actually going to go for a vaulted ceiling effect, and we'll see that take shape. I'm not even remotely close to the world's best house designer, so forgive me for that, but this is about as creative as I get, I'm afraid. Now I am going to have enough here, aren't I? I feel like I've somehow missed a couple of blocks. Yeah. Okay, I'm not sure how I'd manage that. I'll just have to grab some more, I guess. Do I have any left over here? This is it. I haven't organized anything. It's a mess of absolutely everything. Oh, hull 2. That's not going to be enough. Is it? Okay. I'll have to work out what I went wrong on that at another time. So there we go. We've got the basic walls going in here. And we want to get some of this stuff down. The bed, certainly, in case the build takes too long. Sort of consider that the front entryway at this point. So I'm going to put the bed in the back corner. Just seems to fit better that way. There we go. I'm not going to worry about any of the directions in this episode. That can be another one for later. So we can place some windows in. I know what I did. I didn't do windows in the other ends. I didn't leave gaps here. That's why I'm short. Okay. One here. One here. Right. Okay. Now we've got enough. And I did have the right number. I just forgot that I had 2 holes. Okay. So I can get rid of that. Don't need it in there. It means I can have everything down the fastbar now. Okay, so we've got windows. As you can see, you put 2 windows together and it makes a long window for you. So that's pretty cool. Does what you want it to do. Now, for the vaulted effect. To do this, I want these bedrock pieces first. Now, by using the bedrock wall for the roof as well, like I was saying before, that means it creates the floor for the next level up. So when I add a second story, it has the same texture as the bottom level. Just so it's having sort of a double level there, so that I can have a different roof to the floor. But I think that I like the simple effect of this block. To me, it does sort of look like big pavers. I'm sort of going for a little bit of a hacienda feeling. You know, that's maybe the best I could call it. Really, it's a lot of white grey stone and a bit of wood effect. It sort of suits the materials I have at the moment. I want some light. You put these are nice big square lamps. You can create a nice whole block effect. The wood burning lamps, the oil burning lamps are smaller, and the arcstone lamps are smaller, so it's creating a different effect altogether. There we go. So now we've got some light in here, pretty reasonable amount at that. Okay, I might just set up my outside lights as well, and to do this I just set up 3 bits of fence on top of one another. And there's a little trick to this, and there we go, we've got a lamp post. Like, get up there. You can do it. Yeah, like I said, a trick I don't always get. Oh, wrong spot. There we are. They look a bit weird, I think, attached to the building. These lamps, if you have a look, it's just blocky and yeah, doesn't work for me. Even the oil burning ones that are smaller don't really work for me either. Hence this design. Yep. Alright. By putting them on poles outside, I just find that works a bit better. Now we put in the door, like so. Now on your design you might like a double door. Now the problem with that, and I'll just show you here, of course, you place another door down. They're hinged on the same side, right? So that's just a little bit silly. It does not work. But if you really do want those double doors, this is where you start to use your rotate function. It's a little tricky to get the hang of. If you haven't, then watch closely. You use your R button. What you want to do is press it and hold it down. Keep holding the R button and you'll get that circle around your cursor or crosshairs or whatever you want to call it. Now you want to click on what the block you want to rotate, left click and hold. So you're holding both the R key and the left click. And then just move your mouse around. Right. So I'm just moving it directly left and let go when you've got it. Now see, it's got that little lock now underneath the crosshairs. That means if I was to place another door right now, it would align the same way as that door. Okay, as long as that locks on until I press R again, if I put that same block down, it will have the same alignment that I've just selected. So take R off. Now, so you've actually got the hinges on the same side. Unfortunately, it will open like that. But if you're just going for the effect when the doors are closed, it certainly fits the bill. Okay, you've got the hinges on the side they're supposed to be to actually look like double doors. Alright? So maybe they'll change that function later so that it opens in the direction you're facing rather than a fixed direction, but maybe not. We'll see. So let me just correct that. And I'll put my door around here. How are we going for time? Almost night. So it can be quite time consuming. So there we go. The doors are in, the windows. It's looking a bit strange at this point. Like, what's the deal with the corners? And this is where I use this, the wood roof. Ooh, and the rotate function. Takes a little bit of getting used to get it to rotate properly. You may just have to, it'll snap to the closest alignment. And I'll do it there. Now I've got the lock button on. Now I can just press it like so. And you notice that it holds that rotation for me, so I'm not doing it to every single block up the way, like so. Now actually I do not want that top one. I only needed to go that many. Right. Okay, and then I take rotate off because it won't do it the way I want it to. R button, left click, move it around till you can get it happy. You may have to let go of the left click. As long as you hold down the R button, you can keep working until you get it just right. And then place. So I'll do that to each corner. See if I've left the lock on and I place it. It's facing the way for the other corner, not this corner. So I need to take it off again and then hold it so I can do it correctly. Like so. It's just giving a little bit of a different shape to the outside than just plain old square corners. You might like to do a decorational block for the corners or in some other way, just pretty that up a bit. Your call. I just like doing that. I can always take out the corner and put in a proper corner if I'm extending it with a room. It's no troubles at all. Okay, so we've used that. Now I said I was going to show you the vaulted roof. Once again, I'm using these. Oh, forgot to take my rotate off. We want it to go not like that, like so. And I find this fits in pretty well with the lights in the corner. Oh, come on, you could do it. Nope. There we are. That does take a little bit of practice, and I still sometimes find myself whirling the mouse around like crazy to get it to sit properly. Till I work out, how do I do it again? Okay. Nope, nope, that's it. Just like so. Come on. Yeah. So go all around. And there we go. We've got a bit of that vaulted ceiling idea. I find that I like that effect with the lights sort of somewhat covered up in the corners. I like how the sound, sorry, I just noticed how the sound changes walking over the carpet. Amused by the small things. So that's the inside. All that's left is pretty much putting on the roof. Giving it a sort of ceiling effect. I might just sleep that night away. Hey. Just because I don't want to be dealing with pixies all night. Sleeping. Come on, wake up. Got work to do. Right. Okay, so we need to get back up on the roof. So I might as well use these blocks. Because I can jump up too. Jump up here. We just want a slight roof effect. And just going to put these blocks in the corners. Just because it matches the roof better than the limestone corners does. Okay. Now, okay, it's going to do it the wrong way for me. That way, please. Thank you. And it's just a case of laying them down. Now, I'm not actually going to fill the roof in. I might put a torch or two in here. Just, don't really want things spawning on my roof and making noises. It's enough. Just not getting my match things right. Okay, that should be enough. Like I said, that's just to stop the spawning. Yep, flip it. There we go. Because I selected a different block, the rotate went off automatically, even though it looks the same. Okay, I'll take that off. Easier than trying to rotate it again. Nope. That's better. The only thing is there's no corner roof bits. So you're sort of left with a gap. There's no sort of automatic changing to a, I don't know what that figure's called in geometry, that would actually fill this space and leave it on an edge or something. So you just sort of have to leave it there at this point. That might be just the limitations of it being still being under development, I guess. So now I'll do, just to give it an extra layer of roof. I fell down. Oh, that's because I'm on the stairs, right. Ah. There we go. That's one thing with doing limestone, it's really hard to see that green square against that colour. Okay, don't need you guys anymore. Trying to do a pinnacle for me. So play around with that. There's probably some more effects you can do with these that I haven't explored. So I'm just not creative enough to go into it. If you've got a great build you'd like to share it, please leave me a comment. And while you're subscribing, if you haven't done that already, I'd love to see, or if you know of somebody's good efforts. But there we go. Oh, no, I missed. Almost done. 2 left. Now we can say, there we go. 2 indoors hacienda. limestone and wood predominantly. So we've got a house, got some nice outside lights, nice little steps in, carpeted or big rug, some nice windows. Through to the other side, it's exactly the same. So that's it. There's my house. Simple, not a lot of different materials, but enough to give it a little bit of style, pitiful as that may be. Obviously now I can kit it out. I can put some tables and chairs in here, some shelves. And if you've watched my preview video, you'll notice that when you put things on the shelves, their block appears on the shelf. It's not just a blank storage. It actually shows you a miniature of what you've placed in there, which is very cool. I can put a little weapons rack in, all that sort of stuff. Make this a nice homely spot, rather than just a functional cube where I keep my stuff. Okay, hope you've enjoyed that. Next tutorial, I think I might get into some animal taming, which will lead on naturally to farming. Okay, thanks for joining me, and I'll see you next time.